So how do we launch our new WordPress installation? Well, in order to do this, we need to actually set up an administrator account. So why don't I show you how to do this? This is the fun part. What we need to do is we're actually going to do this through the web browser. And the first thing we need to do is we need to point our browser to the base URL of your WordPress website. Okay? We already set up the test.robobunny.attack.com domain, but this isn't the base URL, right? Right, because as if you recall, if you remember, we actually installed all the software inside the WordPress directory. So this is actually the base URL, like that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go here, and I'm just going to hit enter. And this will bring us to a page, the admin install page. WordPress is pretty smart. It knows that you haven't actually finished configuring, you haven't set up the user and everything, so as soon as you try to navigate to the site, it gives you this page. So there's a few things that we need to do here. We need to give it a site title, and we're just going to say test WordPress site. Okay, you can change this later. This is very important. Username. This is going to be the username that you use to log into your WordPress site so that you can go in and configure it and change things and add blog posts and all sorts of things like that. Do not leave it to admin. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, a lot of people just use the default admin. It's kind of a security risk, actually. If you leave your username as admin, then all someone has to do is just check their password or guess your password to be able to break into your site. So don't make it easy for them. Okay, change this to something else. Even if it's just your name, at least there's just one extra little bit of security there. I'm going to change this to, what am I going to call it? I'm going to call it just test WordPress user. Okay, you can change it to whatever you want. Password. Again, I'm going to use my strong password generator because I don't like having to. I want to have things be as secure as possible. And in this case, I'm going to make it 30 characters long just for the hell of it. Okay, I'm going to pop that in there. And look, it's telling me, yeah, that's strong. Good for you. Okay, got to put our email in here. Okay, and there's a reason for that. Any sort of notifications about your site or internal use is all going to be sent to this email address. Again, you can change it later if you want to. So robobunny.attack.com. I'm going to uncheck this, allow search engines to index this site. I can put this back on later if I want. Right now, there's nothing at this site, and it's probably going to take me a little bit of time before I actually go and configure it correctly and everything. So I don't want search engines indexing a site that's half built. You can turn it on later, okay? So let's double check this. We've got a site title, which is just test WordPress site. We can change that to whatever we want. Username is important. Boy, we should probably write this down somewhere, shouldn't we? Yes, we shall. And where are we going to write it? We're going to write it down in our little important information thing here, okay? I'm going to say WordPress admin info, okay? We're going to say, so the WordPress username, or admin username, I should say, is going to be testwp user. WordPress admin password is, let's go copy this over again. Whoops. Copy there. Okay, crazy long password. I already know my email address. I don't have to write that down. The site title doesn't matter. But actually, you know what? To make life simple for us, let's just copy this address so we know. And then URL is there, just so we've got a clear record of exactly where everything is. Going to go ahead and save that. Look at this important info document. Look at all your information here all in the same place. Isn't that awesome? Okay, are we ready to install? Let's do it. Let's click this button and let's see what happens. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Success! WordPress has been installed. Were you expecting more steps? I'm sorry to disappoint you. Well, that's WordPress being funny. Let's go ahead and log in and see what it looks like. We're going to click the login button. Username, we know what that is, right? There we go. And our password, crazy long password here. And let's click login and check it out. You've logged into the dashboard of WordPress. This is a brand new installation of WordPress running on your server. You set everything up, including the MySQL database, which is pretty cool. But this is not what your site looks like to the real world. If you want to see what your site looks like to the real world, we can click on Visit Site, and that brings us to the front page. There we go. A fresh installation of WordPress done all by yourself. That's the address right here. When you're logged in as the administrator, you will see this black bar at the top. Okay, that doesn't appear for the rest of the world. For the rest of the world, it actually looks like this. I'm just going to start up Safari, and I'm just going to pop that in there. And this is what it looks like. There's your nice website. Okay? That was easy, wasn't it? That was probably the easiest part, that last bit. Hope that wasn't too disappointing. Anyways, good for you. You now know how to install WordPress like a pro. Now go out and have fun. Okay? I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.